in that 16 innings, she's posted 22 punch-outs. A fantastic ratio. That's exactly what you're hoping to continue. LaMarche will face a hot Purdue offense that's been clicking so far today. Her first batter will be Maura Condon, the right fielder. He's 0 for 1 today, hitting 167.
Yeah, it's that bottom of the lineup where you start seeing the sub 200 batting averages.
Those sub 200 batting averages haven't seemed to matter so far today. Delaney Reef is hitting 185 on the season, and she just hit a home run. This first pitch of the at-bat is popped straight up down the first base line. Ranging towards the fence is Hoehn, and she'll make the catch. Up on the fence for the first out of the inning. Fantastic piece of defense to get a foul ball converted to an out. Little free out for your freshman pitcher who's just now entering the game. As LaMarche now working fast, will throw a first pitch ball to Kylie Franks, the third baseman. Just made a fantastic play in the last half inning, hoping to carry that over into the box. Now a 1-0 count on Franks is a strike. Absolute heater right inside, in on the hands. Nothing doing for Franks. She'll stare right at it. As the count now moves to 1-1. One out here in the top of the 4. 3-0 ball game in favor of Purdue. The 1-1 is another fastball. Same spot, but a little bit higher, and that's enough for the home plate umpire to decide ball. Now 2-1 the count.
I think this is where the Wolverines kind of made a better decision. Yesterday's game, the Boilermakers decided not to switch out their pitcher despite having 2 home runs and the grand slam hit off of her.
The next pitch is popped straight up, now down the left field line. Third baseman Maddie Erickson is camped beneath it. She'll fight the sun and put away the second out of the inning. Another popped foul out. As a pitcher, that's what you love to see. Soft contact, easy plays for your defenders. Now Chloe Banks, the center fielder, will step in. 1 for 2 on the day. She'll take a first pitch ball. Just missed on a power changeup. Grayson LaMarche moving quick here. Moving quick against a Purdue lineup. Now flip to the top. This is the leadoff hitter. The 1-0 is a rise ball way out of the zone. LaMarche had the bat by her knees before the pitch was caught. Banks now 2-0. See if LaMarche can come back. She does find the zone. The 2-1. The 2-0 pitch is a strike to now make the count 2-1. 2 outs here.
That was a great pitch. Had a lot of spin on the ball, too. You can tell even from up here.
It's really moving out of LaMarche's hand.
Yeah.
Especially compared to Gabby Ellis. This is a definite tempo shift for the Wolverines. The 2-1 is a changeup that Chloe Banks fouls on the first base line. She'll hook it foul. Push the count to 2-2.
Yeah, she was way ahead of that ball, but, I mean, that changeup came in looking really fast and just slowed down right as it entered the zone.
It's a beautiful pitch because it's just slow enough. I mean, I feel like a lot of times softball changeups can be so slow. As she'll go back to the changeup for hit the outside corner. That's a punch out looking for Grayson LaMarche. Fantastic first 3 at-bats. Fantastic first 3 outs to replace Gabby Ellis. She's dealing.
Yeah, again, that ball had so much good spin on it, and, you know, to catch somebody like Chloe Banks off like that, she went for it, she thought about it, but then, you know, kind of held her bat at that angle, but it didn't matter. It was a strike, and it was beautiful. Which Michigan softball athlete was also an All-American runner in track? I'm going Indiana Langford.
Indiana Langford or Jenissa Conway. Both are good picks. It might both. I think Langford, though. Yes.
It is Langford.
Yes.
I got some trivia on the board. Michigan softball was the first Big Ten team to win a national championship.
Are we counting
Big
UCLA?
10 have a stadium named after their coach, make it to the WCWS. I think stadium named after their coach. Oh, it is win a national championship.
That's a bit of a misnomer, but
What TV show did a Michigan alum be an Emmy Award winner as a songwriter? SpongeBob SquarePants, Hannah Montana, Victorious, or Phineas and Ferb? Well, the answer is Hannah Montana. It popped up before I could finish.
they're really burning through these.
I mean, it is
Probably
Hannah Montana
Pasek
Day.
and Paul. Let me see.
Best of both worlds.
Yes. Well, Erin Hoehn will step in and try to make something happen for the Wolverines. She'll swing and miss over a changeup for an 0-1 start to the at-bat. Fantastic spot on that changeup for Fontenot. Just buried right beneath the hands.
Yeah, perfect in the zone. You want those changeups to end down. That's what happened.
Another changeup. She'll go back to the well, but this one will be spat on by Hoehn. Now moves the count to 1-1. Just looking for a start, a spark are the Wolverines. Try to get something going so you can, really develop offense after that, but you need something to start it. Looking to Hoehn here. She'll ground the ball to the third baseman, who will make a quick throw across for the first out of the inning. Hoehn smoked that down the line. They call it the hot corner for a reason, but they got a good one there in West Lafayette, as Franks will put away the first out of the inning.
Yeah, I mean, like after yesterday where the bats were really hot for the Wolverines, I mean, they were only hot towards, that fifth inning where the run rule happened. But, there's only 2 hits on the board here for the Wolverines, 6 for Purdue. They're just not really getting good contact and being able to get on base and stay on base.
That's a bit of a pitch comm break, little battery replacement, something from the Purdue pitching staff here. One of the first real stoppages of this game. This one's been breezing by. A lot of quick at-bats, a lot of balls in play. Well, now we'll see Ella Stevenson step into the box. Popped out in her last appearance. Try to put one in play again. Start this Wolverine lineup. The 0-0 is a ball low and away, not handled particularly well by the backstop Reef. Stevenson, left fielder, hitting from the right side. The 1-0 is a changeup on the outside corner. That'll fall in the zone for a called first strike. Fantastic spot by Fontenot. She's really been able to get in and out, cross the zone at ease so far today. This one's poked to left field, but Polar will make the grab coming in. Soft line drive that did not have enough.
Yeah, Polar with a lot of putouts today out there in left field. I mean, I wouldn't say, very challenging ones. They've all mostly have come directly to her. She was able to, run up on them really quickly. But, yeah, a lot of putouts to left field.
Just a changeup that Michigan hitters have not been able to stay behind and put the other way. They've got the bat head out, had a lot of balls hit to this left side. Lilly Vallimont steps in. Now we'll take a first pitch ball.
Vallimont had the Grand Slam walk-off yesterday.
And that ball was demolished,
Yeah,
too.
it was gone.
She could have bat flipped. She could have thrown the bat about 30 feet in the air, and the bat would have hit the ground before the ball did. Vallimont will take a second pitch ball. Now moves in count to 2-0. And 3-0 again. As Fontenot misses the zone again. One of the first 3 ball counts of this game for her. She has been prolific on getting first pitch strikes and keeping the pitch count low, only 56 pitches. She'll take a 4-pitch walk as Vallimont will be the first base runner in a long time for the Wolverines. 2-out walk.
Yeah, it seems like Fontenot is missing the drop ball. I think she's trying to, make it come in a little bit more strike and down, but it's kind of just brushing the toes.
Definitely. Maddie Erickson now stepping up. She walked in her last at-bat. She'll take another first pitch ball, now 5 in a row.
Yeah, same pitch as the one that Vallimont walked on. It's just outside.
Seems like the Michigan approach is make the zone a little bit smaller, force her to come at you. And she does just there. 1-0 pitch is a strike, called strike. As Maddie Erickson takes that second pitch of the at-bat, pushes the count even. The 1-1 is grounded through the 5-6 hole. That'll be a single for Maddie Erickson. Polar collects and gets the ball in. But a stand-up single moving the runner to second is Erickson. Lilly Vallimont now standing 120 feet away from home. Michigan will have a pinch hitter here. Instead of Avery Fantucci, we'll see Kylie Carr, the 5'4" freshman from Allen Park, Michigan. 214 average, but she's a young first year who is an extremely exciting prospect for the Wolverines. One of the top players, if not the top player in Michigan for the last recruiting class, number 18 ranked in the nation. She was Michigan Mid Softball 2025. And she's hoping to stay a fantastic hitter in the home state. We will also see a pinch runner for the Wolverines, trying to make as this inning in production count. Entering the game to run for the Wolverines is number 16, Cece Thorington, an outfielder known for her speed. Kylie Carr will take a first pitch ball. Not close at all is that pitch, both high and away. Fontenot struggling a bit with command now in this inning. It was going so well in those first 2 at-bats and just kind of lost a little bit. Kylie Carr will take another ball, this one low. And the pitching coach for Purdue is going to take a few steps out. Have a word with her pitcher.
I mean, I'm thinking she's maybe getting a little tired. I mean, at 63 pitches, I don't know.
No, this is just lost command. This is
because where she's missing down, which could just mean that her arm's getting tired.
She's missing down on the drop ball and up on the changeup. That's a hand speed issue. You're not getting to the right spot. You're not finishing maybe. I don't know which one it is, but I am perfectly okay with it. Either way, what's happening. 2-0 for Kylie Carr, the pinch hitter. She'll step in. Facing Fontenot. 64th pitch of the afternoon is another ball. A drop ball low and away. Once again, missing low.
CeCe Thorington making heavy leads at second.
3-0 is another ball. The bases now walked, loaded. 3 ducks on the pond for Janelle Ilacqua. 344 hitter so far this season. She'll try to put a few runs on the board for the Wolverines.
She's kind of walked her way into the lineup. I would say over the last few years, she's kind of been used towards the end of a game, maybe just like a little bit. She played a little bit of second, but she's been kind of working her way as a designated player.
Well, she'll take a first pitch strike. Bit of a break from the rhythm we had found ourselves in, as Fontenot comes back and finds the zone. Fontenot trying to get out of her own jam. This next one is fouled back, right up at the press box, but now quickly moved to an 0-2 count. For as much as the Wolverines had really stretched Fontenot, made her throw a lot of pitches, soon as Ilacqua stepped into the box, she was right on top of it. The 0-2 is going to miss low and away. That was a tight pitch. Good take from Ilacqua there.
Yeah, that looked pretty close.
That looked really good from the press box.
That's a hard take right there, but, you know, she sees it better than we do. We're up in the press box.
Ilacqua, 1-2 with 2 outs. Is another foul ball. Great piece of hitting to stay alive. As Ilacqua tries to turn the lineup over. She's the 9th hitter in the Wolverines lineup right now. Fontenot trying to get her out here. Make it count, because you know if Langford gets up, already a hit today, she's hoping to do damage. The 1-2 is a check swing, but it's a called strike 3, a backwards K for Fontenot. A big strikeout for the Boilermakers as it clears 3 bases. 3 runners left on base for the Wolverines as Purdue stays perfect. 4 scoreless innings for Fontenot.
Yeah, I mean, what a strikeout right there. I mean, the bases are loaded. You have 2 outs. You pretty much walked the bases to that point, and then to get the strikeout that matters. I mean, great pitching right there.
Just clutch pitching more than anything. We always talk about how, you know, there's 2 pitch counts in baseball or softball. There's the number of pitches you've thrown, but then on the other side of things, it's the number of stressful pitches you've thrown, how many pitches have really mattered. And, you know, honestly, a pretty unstressful game, not stressful game for Fontenot. Quickly turned up the heat. A lot of high intensity, high stakes pitches for the Boilermaker right-hander there. But she gets out of it. It's Grayson LaMarche returns and tries to keep the Boilermaker offense at bay. She'll face the meat of the order as Mariah Poehler steps into the box, hitting .602 on the season. Is that it? That cannot be real. That has to be a typo. That is an outstanding average. That's just how good of a hitter she is.
I mean, she's a slap hitter, so it's not even the big hits that matters. It's just her getting on base. I mean, her on-base percentage is a 1.429, so it's pretty much guaranteed that she's getting on base. I mean, she slugs at 806. So she's obviously really... Oh, wait, I looked at the wrong...
That's
the
the
wrong
OPS.
side. I was like, whoa, what? I was like, that does not make sense. No, her on-base percentage is 623. So pretty similar to her batting average.
LaMarche delivers the 0-0. This one's grounded to third base. Erickson, but a tough hop sneaks right through the wickets. Erickson seemed perfectly positioned to make that play, but a rock or just a crazy spin puts that ball right between her legs through the 5-hole. As Mariah Poehler reaches, I don't know if that's a hit or an error. Erickson never really touched it.
It's an error. It's the second error on the board.
Anna Moore will slide this ball into center field. A quick relay from Jenissa Conway will get the ball back into the infield. But another hard hit from Anna Moore, who is having an absolute day.
Yeah, Anna Moore is the first freshman in Purdue history to make back-to-back Big Ten Freshman of the Week. And that's exactly why. I mean, she's an outstanding offensive player. She plays second on the other side of the field, but when she's up to bat, I mean, that top of the lineup, 1, 2, 3 for the Boilermakers are some of their strongest bats. And it shows. They always get on base, and then it's a matter of if they're able to get home or not.
Just an absolute bomb from Haley Moore. Anna Moore, as Haley Painter steps into the box, the designated player. LaMarche will deliver a ball to start here. Count now 1-0. Two extremely fast base runners on for the Boilermakers. They'll try to scratch a few insurance runs across. The 1-0 is high, ball 2.
Mariah Poehler is leading off that second bag.
She's getting a big lead, big secondary lead. Lilly Vallimont definitely aware. The 2-0. This one is flared out to shallow right field. Coming in is Michigan. Little bit of hesitation from the right fielder. Could have very easily got the out at third base, as Mariah Poehler was stuck on second waiting to tag up, but I guess Erickson wasn't home at third. She's unable to make the play. I mean, Putz just held on to it. I have no idea what just happened. That could have been a gunned out at third.
You know, Putz had a really good dig right there to get the ball in right field, but as a softball player, you should always be thinking of what's next and where everybody is and where should I go next once I've fielded the ball. And I think she didn't realize that Mariah Poehler, I don't know if Mariah Poehler thought she caught it or what, but she was like kind of paused where the shortstop position is and wasn't all the way at third. And Lauren Putz's arm could have made that throw at third, but I don't think she was really paying attention until it was too late.
Well, Bella Douglas will step into the box with bases loaded and swing over a changeup for strike 1. Well, Grayson LaMarche, you want to pitch at the University of Michigan as a freshman? Here you go. High stakes conference matchup, bases loaded. The 0-1 is swung over again. 0-2 now the count with no outs in the inning. Two fantastic changeups went back to the well and delivered. Now 0-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Another changeup. This one is spat on by Douglas, the first baseman for Purdue. Bases loaded, infield creeping in. The 1-2 is fouled back to the backstop. Good piece of hitting to stay alive, as that pitch for LaMarche was definitely headed for the strike zone. Rise ball up above the hands.
Yeah, last year, Douglas was the number 2 utility player in the class of 2025. I mean, she's a freshman now, so she's getting her first kind of collegiate play.
The 1-2 swung over again. Back to the well goes LaMarche for a strikeout. That's her second ticket punch so far today. Fantastic piece of pitching to attack the hitter at the plate, even with high stakes. Finding a way to get people out. Now Ashlyn Campbell, the shortstop for Purdue, will step in and take strike 1. Another changeup that just hits the bottom of the zone. Nice piece of framework by Lilly Vallimont to keep that ball in the air.
Ashley Campbell walked her first set in the second inning at first at bat and then flew out to Jenissa Conway in center field. There's a little bit of a shift going on in the outfield. Janissa's kind of playing towards left center.
The 0-1 pitch was a ball up above her eye line, but now here's the 1-1. Another changeup will miss high and away. Moves the count to 2-1. One out here, bases loaded. Michigan trying to navigate some heavy pressure on the base paths. Campbell for the 2-1 is going to stare at a changeup on the outside corner that finds the strike zone. Moving the count to 2-2 is LaMarche. See if she goes back to that changeup that has been dominant so far this inning. For the 2-2, here's the pitch. She'll roll over to second baseman. Langford will get the runner out of the baseline. Missed both. Langford reached back to scoop the ball. Found the runner coming across second who avoids the tag. Michigan's going to see if she was pushed out of the baseline. It certainly looked like it from the press box, but as a runner going from first to second, you have a lot of leeway to avoid the fielder. I think we're going to have safe all around. We have a great vantage point up here in the press box. What do you think?
I mean, I'm thinking she's safe. I mean, she was able to kind of mold her body around that tag to avoid getting, brushed by Langford. I honestly thought Langford realized that she couldn't tag her and decided to try to throw at first, but Langford's saying that she brushed her with her glove. But, I mean, she didn't make the throw to first. Someone did score, so that is another run on the board for Purdue because it is only one out right now. But they're definitely going to review this.
Some technical difficulties from the umpire crew trying to get the call. Yeah, so a little bit of a recap of what just happened. Campbell grounded the ball, pulled it to Indiana Langford playing second. Langford ranged back, scooped it, tried to get the runner advancing from first to second. The runner was pushed out of the baseline but managed to evade the tag, leading to everyone being safe, including Mariah Poehler, who was able to score from third. Bases still loaded. We're reviewing whether or not Langford was able to brush the runner as she was going to second. But from my angle, it looked like she was nowhere close.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to review the footage and see. I would agree with you from my angle. I don't think she brushed her. I mean, Langford has been struggling a little bit during this series. She was the only error yesterday, and she's one of the 2 errors on the board today. She's normally a pretty reliant and consistent player. I think she's just been struggling a little bit, maybe in her head. Like she tried to outrun the throw at first and didn't make it and tried to call for an interference, but yeah, she's just struggling a little bit. We'll wait for the call and then try to turn up the mic so that you can hear it just as we do. But they've been reviewing it for a while now. If the call stands, it'll probably be Campbell at first, Painter at second, Moore at third. And then that would have been Poehler who had scored on that, making it 4-0.
Well, the ruling is going to stand as Purdue gets a run across. No outs so far in the inning. On that play, at least. 1 out coming into it. Now.
Yeah, I mean, the score goes unearned.
Little help to the ERA as Delaney Reef comes in and he'll take a first pitch strike. Homered in her last at-bat, absolute rocket. Obviously looking to do it again as we now have a 4-0 ball game. This ball's lined up to left field. Alako coming in will lose the ball, bounce off her glove. 1 run's going to score. Everyone's going to advance 1 base. My apologies, not Alako, Ella Stephenson. Ella Stevenson coming in from left field was not able to scoop it off the ground. That'll be another run, another hit. 5-0 now for the Boilermakers, still with the bases loaded. First pitch is a called strike on Maura Condon, the right fielder. Wolverines have had catchable balls, or balls where you can make a play on it, just have not finished the job. Another changeup swung over by Condon.
Yeah, I mean, the Boilermakers have just been able to take advantage of these defensive mistakes. My dad always said defense wins games, and it's obviously showing here.
The 0-2 will be lined to the third baseman, Maddie Erickson, but it'll slip by her glove, and it'll slip by Stevenson's glove as well in left field. 2 more runs will score as the ball slips right under the glove of 2 Wolverines. 2 errors on the play. Oh my goodness, just hellacious defense from the Wolverines so far today.
I mean, this is where if I was Coach Bonnie Thole, I would, call everybody to the circle and have a little team powwow, because it just seems like everybody's struggling a little bit. I feel like Lamarck is doing fine in the circle. It's just the team around her is just making too many errors. That should have been fielded by third base, and then from there, if third base didn't get it, that was a dribbler to Ella Stevenson. That is one you pick up with your hand and you bring it in, and it's just a little bit of, I don't even know how to describe it, because then you had Lauren Putz not trying to throw the runner out at third, Indiana Langford with a couple of her errors and missed tags, and Maddie Erickson at third base missing that grounder that she could have even just tagged up on third on to get an out. And there's only 1 out on the board right now. 4 runs in this inning alone. If the Wolverines get out of this inning and are unable to put a run on the board, that's a run rule game right there.
And you made a great recommendation earlier, partner, as Bonnie Thole does exactly what you said she should do. Brings the entire defense together as Michigan is going to pull Grayson LaMarche in favor of Kat Myers, who will enter this game at a 3.29 ERA in 44 innings. Also a perfect game on the season against Liberty.
She had a save last year, and she was kind of their go-to reliever. And she even pitched a perfect game, too. So, this could be what the Wolverines needed. And the game's not over. I've seen softball games where you get seven runs in 1 inning. So this is where the Wolverines really need to just kind of lock in.
Game's not over, but it might be quickly if Ellis can't put a Band-Aid on these bullet holes. First pitch is going to be a ball low and away. Like you were saying, run rule starts to be a factor here with 7 runs on the board. The 1-0 is a called strike. The rise ball just slipped into the strike zone as Kylie Franks now has a 1-1 count against 1 out here in the inning. Runners on second and third. 1-1 is lined down the left field line. That one will hook foul. Maddie Erickson, third baseman, looked up, watched that one go by. Just lands on the left side of that foul line. Now 1-2 the count. Ellis trying to keep Michigan in this game. She'll fire, and that's going to be a ball upstairs. Michigan now with 4 errors on the game, trying to stay in this game defensively. The 2-2 is another ball. Count moves full. 3-2. Payoff pitch coming here for Kat Myers, trying to stabilize this Michigan defensive unit. She'll deliver, and it'll be lined out to center field. Conway rigging back. She'll catch it in the gap, get the ball in. Runner will be out at second base. So Kylie Franks will be caught trying to turn a single into the double by Jenissa Conway. Makes a great throw from center field. However, 2 more runs will score for the Boilermakers.
I mean, great, bringing in the ball there by Jenissa Conway to bring it in fast and get that out at second. But again, RBIs are what matters, and if you get out on making RBIs, it's still good on you.
As much as it sucks walking back to that dugout, you're gonna do it with a smile on your face.
Oh yeah.
Chloe Banks, the center fielder, now stepping in. She'll foul this one off her foot. Ball rolled right back to Kat Myers, but it'll be a foul ball. Missed the first called strike. We're gonna be 0-2 now. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. That just seems like it cannot end for the Wolverines. Ball high and away. 1-2 now the count.
Yeah, this is a 6-run inning. 10 hits for the Boilermakers on the game so far. 4 errors for Michigan, which I think is really what stung them in the foot here.
Purdue returning the favor after yesterday's offensive explosion from the Wolverines. Today it was Purdue's turn, undoubtedly. Another ball fell back for Chloe Banks. We'll stay at 1-2. 1 for 3 on the day. The 1-2 is pulled down the right field line for another foul ball. Just a good piece of hitting to stay alive. Chloe Banks. 1-3 so far today. Had a single in the first inning. Grounded out in the second. And struck out looking in the fourth. One of the 2 strikeouts for Michigan pitchers today. She'll pop this one straight up. Vallimont coming in, but it'll be Hoehn who comes in from first base. Maddie Ramey coming in from first base. Defensive replacement for Hoehn, who's probably in the bullpen right now. So 6 runs in the 5th inning for the Purdue Boilermakers. That's enough to push the game to 9-0 so far here today. 3 errors in 1 inning for the Wolverines will definitely contribute to that damage. But there's also 10 hits so far in this game for Purdue.
Yeah, the Wolverines are going to need at least 3 runs for it not to be a run rule just in this inning alone. So we'll see if the Wolverines are able to make something happen, because it is the bottom of the 5th. So this is where, like we said, the run rule happens. If after 5 you're up by 7, it's a run rule win.
Purdue's going to call their own Nope, not calling the bullpen. Fontenot will return to close this game. I don't know why she wouldn't. She's thrown 4 innings of scoreless softball. now returning out for the 5th inning of work. She's thrown 72, been quite efficient. Obviously, you could be a bit more efficient, but
I mean, we're starting at the top of the lineup for Michigan, so some of their strongest batters and strongest combination of batters, too.
Indiana Langford will try to spark this Michigan offense. Starting from the left side, she'll throw this one right to the second baseman. He'll make a quick throw, but it will not be in time. Indiana Langford legs out an infield single. That ball hit right up the middle, but Anna Moore was shaded over to the left side, fielded that right by second base. Indiana Langford's all-state speed burning to that first base bag.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it had anything to do with the defense not getting the ball there. I think it had everything to do with Indiana Langford's speed.
Now Michigan with a runner on first as Jenissa Conway steps into the box. She'll take a first pitch ball off the outside in the river. Like you were saying, just absolute burners from Indiana Langford. As Conway tries to start things, that ball is low and in the dirt. Langford got a good jump, but returns back to first. Did not run.
I mean, she already has a stolen base on the record this game so far, so I would not put it past her.
The 1-1 is lined on the left field line, but it'll hang up in the air and it'll be caught by Mariah Poehler. Good piece of hitting, but there's not a lot of space that those 3 Purdue outfielders are not covering, especially Mariah Poehler, known for her range in that left field spot. Good piece of hitting, well hit ball, but Lauren Putz will have to be the one to deliver for the Wolverines. Now 1 out in the inning. 1 for 2 so far today, does have a single, but she will take first pitch ball. Just missed. As Michigan tries to strum up some offense.
I mean, she's got 12 home runs on the season, and she's that part of that run batter that needs to get home in order for it to not be a run rule.
The 2-0 is a called strike. A changeup that finds the bottom of the zone. Lauren Putz now with a 2-1 count. Indiana Langford standing on first base. Fontenot delivers a pitch that is fouled down the right field line. Hooked. Hard ground ball. Pushes the count to 2-2. Lauren Putz steps back into the box. Fontenot toes the rubber. She'll deliver. A changeup high for ball 3. So we'll pay off here. Full count. Putz trying to keep this offense alive. Here's the pitch. That's fouled straight back. Good piece of hitting. Good approach with 2 strikes, just staying alive. That's the only goal.
Yeah, great at bat here. Already pulling out a lot of pitches from Fontenot.
Putz will deliver. That ball's lined up the between second and short, right up the middle. Ground ball sneaking through between 2 gloves is Putz. Now runners on first and second with 1 out.
Yeah, 4-3 here, so potential double play could happen.
Well, just when they needed it the most, the Michigan offense appears to be alive. Coming up off the mat a little bit.
Most important bat up to bat right now. It's going to be Erin Hoehn, and she's the one who needs to come home in order to extend this game.
She struggled a little bit so far today. 2 ground outs so far, both to the third baseman in the first and the fourth.
She had a standout game yesterday, so I expect big things from her.
She'll step in with 1 out so far in this bottom of the 5th inning. Erin Hoehn will face Fontenot. And she'll take a first pitch, change up for a strike. Seems like that's the go-to pitch right now when you need that first pitch strike. Spotting up that changeup. The 0-1 is a changeup in the dirt that will not find the zone. Good piece of defensive work by the backstop Reef. Keep the ball in front of her and keep Indiana Langford on second base. Not a big lead considering how little that run matters, but Hoehn will take another pitch low, this time a drop ball. Hoehn pushes the count to 2-1. She'll take a close called strike 2. Push the count even at 2. Great pitch there by Fontenot, just dropping that drop ball right on the knees. Here's the 2-2. That one's low. We'll have another payoff here. Second time this inning. Erin Hoehn making the count full. Keeping the Wolverines alive. 3-2. Ground ball down the left field line. That'll curl foul. Hoehn going right back to the third baseman.
Yeah, this is where you're going to want to hit those corners as a pitcher. You're going to want to make it strike, but also just make them chase, if that makes sense. Usually when you're up in the count, it doesn't matter if it's strike, you're just trying to make them chase versus a full count.
Payoff pitch is lined into center field. That'll reach the gap. That'll hit the wall. Langford will come home. Putz will go to third. And a double from Erin Hoehn right when the Wolverines needed it the most.
Yeah, she was looking for that one, and she made it happen. A beautiful hit all the way to the back wall, similar to a couple of the ones we've seen from the Boilermakers already in this game. But, yeah, she was needing that one.
Wolverines now with runners on second and third with 1 out. As Ella Stevenson will come to the plate and attempt to atone for the sins she committed in left field last inning, letting up 2 runs. See if she can put 2 more across for the Wolverines. Just a fantastic approach by Hoehn. Taking that outside pitch the other way, staying with the ball, not getting underneath it, really driving the ball out. It seems like it'll be the end of the day for Bree Fontenot. Absolutely fantastic outing for her as the freshman delivers 4 1/3 innings of fantastic work. Only 1 run allowed, 6 hits, no errors.
Almost went scoreless.
Almost scoreless. Definitely seemed like it was going to be scoreless for a long time, but some good at-bats from the Wolverines. We'll scratch 1 across. Now coming in for the Boilermakers is number 38, Brooke Perez, the right-handed senior from Anaheim Hills, California. veteran arm, transfer from UC Riverside, who's going to attempt to put the Wolverines away. Run rule still intact, partner? Is that correct?
Yes. So it has to be 7 runs after the 5th inning, and right now they're up by 8 runs. So they would need both Erin and Puts to score in order to extend the game, because it's 7 or more.
First pitch for Perez is a changeup that'll find the zone. First pitch caught looking is Stevenson. Once again, runners on second and third for the Wolverines. Both runners must score to keep this game alive. Brooke Perez will deliver another changeup. That'll fall low. Count now moves to 1-1. Ella Stevenson at the plate. 0-2 so far today. A pop-up and a flyout. She'll need to contribute her first hit or walk to keep this offense moving. Here's the pitch. That's grounded through the 5-6 hole. Shortstop has to range back. She'll gut across, but the first baseman cannot catch it. Ball gets off the first baseman's glove as Puts will score from first, and Erin Hoehn will make her way to third base on a fielder's choice. Just a tough ball for the shortstop Avery Campbell, having to range back, then throw across. First baseman may have gotten it if she could pick it, but could not pick the ball off the ground and complete the putout. So Michigan now 2 runs on the board with Lilly Vallimont up at the plate. Brooke Perez will throw a ball here. Changeup that does not make it all the way to the plate. Now Stevenson at first, Hoehn at third, Vallimont at the plate. 1-0.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit of a risky run there by Erin Hoehn to try to get to third. I'm kind of surprised that Douglas at first did not try to throw her out. She was worried about Stevenson on first, but I would say let her have the bag and try to throw Haynes out at third, but she kind of checked and brought it back into the circle.
1-1 pitch. Is a changeup high. Does not make its way back into the zone. That one just hung up.
Perez is throwing a lot of changeups. Usually that's kind of like it's a changeup. It's supposed to be once in a while after all your fastballs.
The 1-2 is going to be right down Broadway for strike 2. 2-2 the count. Yeah, it seems like the pitch she's leaning on. I mean, you come in as a reliever, you have your entire arsenal from the moment you step into the circle. It's all available. 2-2, here's the pitch. Swung right through, but caught just enough. Did Vallimont to foul it off and keep it out of Reef's glove. That'll go in the scorebook as a foul ball, foul tip. To stay alive, Vallimont now moves to 2-2.
Looks like it kind of hit Reef a little bit there. She kind of had to walk it off a little bit.
Definitely shook up a little. But new life for Lilly Vallimont. Remember, still Erin Hoehn has to score to keep this inning alive. A changeup knee buckler, but that'll be just high as the count is now full. 3-2. That one seemed like it was never going to get caught. It just stayed in the air.
It did. You can even see Lilly Vallimont hips try to stay in time with that ball.
3-2. That'll be hit to the second baseman who will try to turn 2. She'll be out at second, but not enough time as Vallimont scores the run from third. That's a fielder's choice. 4-6. Oh, my goodness gracious. Fielder's choice 4-6 there from Avery Moore. Maddie Erickson, the third baseman, now steps in. to the box with Lilly Vallimont on first base. Second and third are clear. 9-3 is the score. And we have more softball coming. First pitch is a ball outside. It's Maddie Erickson. 1 for 1 so far today. She walked in her first at-bat and singled in her second. She'll take another ball here. That one was certainly close. Don't know where that missed. But it'll be a 2-0 count for Maddie Erickson.
I want to say it missed inside.
Michigan just putting together good at-bats. Keep this game alive. 2-0 pitch is a changeup. Just a knee buckler. As the watch goes by for a 2-1 pitch. Called strike. Perez delivers again. This one's fouled to the left field side. Third baseman camped underneath it. She'll recover and catch it. Does Kylie Franks. But again, Michigan does their damage to push this game to 9-3 and give us the 6th inning we were promised.
I mean, Perez throws a lot of changeups, and I'm so surprised that nobody was trying to take a piece of it. It wasn't even that it's not hittable. If anything, that would go far if you got a good whack at it, but it just seemed like nobody wanted a changeup, and so they're just letting these perfectly good changeups go by them, waiting for a fastball, only to pop those right up.
Seems to be the approach that if you take the changeup, you'll get a fastball the next pitch. But with Perez, that just really isn't the case. You know, you might get 3 changeups. You might just get 3 straight changeups, and you know you have to react to that and approach that.
Well, they did get the 3 runs they needed to extend the game. 3 exactly. But, you know, the Boilermakers have scored in every inning except the first inning. It was 1 for the second, third, and fourth, and then 6 last inning. So we'll see how they do well with Kat Myers.
Like you said, Kat Myers returns to the circle for her 2nd inning of work. She'll face off against the hot bat of Mariah Poehler. The left fielder 1 for 3 today, still hitting about 600. First pitch from Kat Myers is grounded into the middle of the field. Shortstop Avery Fantucci had no chance. Mariah Poehler will reach again. Now goes to 2 for 4 on the day. Fantucci ranging into her left. Ball tipped off her glove, but even if she fielded it cleanly, there was no way she was going to be out at first base. Just a perfect piece of hitting there for the Boilermakers. Anna Moore now steps in. Second baseman 2 for 2 today. Absolute moonshots, but this one's tipped off of Kat Myers' glove. Goes to Langford at second base, who's unable to do anything with it. Once again, a softly hit ball into the middle of this Michigan defense. Is just playing poorly. A ball tipped off of Kat Myers' glove, went to the second baseman. By the time she touched it, there was nothing she could do for it. Now Haley Painter steps into the box. She'll take a first pitch ball.
Yeah, I mean, the defense here is really going to be what makes or breaks Michigan. Just really making some defensive errors.
No outs, first and second. And a hit by pitch. Painter wears one off the shoulder. And she'll walk to first base as Kat Meyer has loaded the bases with no one out. Just a tough watch. But Michigan still in this ball game, put up 3 runs last inning. Still in this game as Bonnie Thole takes a step out as Michigan will call the bullpen again. Kat Myers' day is done. Michigan will turn to Haley Ferguson, the right-handed utility player, playing both sides of the plate. The 5'5" sophomore for Fairborn, Ohio.
Yeah, we've been able to see her develop a lot last year as a freshman, coming in and honestly just learning a lot underneath the seniors that had just left last year. And now as a sophomore, she's kind of used, I would say sparingly, but she's used when she's needed and usually produces pretty well too. Had a perfect game last year. Oh, so sorry, not a perfect game, but had 11 strikeouts last year, a 4.54 ERA, and now in this season, doing just as well. Sorry, the stats had not updated yet, but I know she isn't used as much as she was last year, but she's definitely there and kind of their pocket ace when they need her.
Obviously, coming out of the bullpen with 3 runners on is extremely tough, made even harder by the fact that we still have not yet recorded an out this inning, but Haley Ferguson will do her best to approach this tall task. (9-3) the score right now. Michigan fighting for survival in this game. Purdue scores anymore. Run rule will come back into effect. Haley Ferguson toes rubber for the first time today to face Bella Douglas, the first baseman, who's 0 for 3 so far. And she'll throw a first pitch strike. Hot start from Ferguson. The right-hander toes again and delivers a ball low. Drop ball that just kept going. Bella Douglas, good eye on that pitch as we move to a 1-1 count.
I mean, last year with prep, she had 17 home runs, 63 RBIs, and she held her school record for home runs, RBIs, and hits.
The 1-1 will fly up and away as Vallimont has to jump out of her squat to catch that. 2-1 is the count. Ferguson rears back. And a swing and the miss delivered by Douglas. Ferguson goes to the bottom of that strike zone. Count moves to 2-2.
Definitely made her chase on that one. I think if she didn't swing, it probably would have been a ball, but those are what those types of pitches are meant for.
As a hitter with 3 runners on, your eyes get big, anything close to the zone. As this one's grounded to the shortstop, Fantucci will come home. And a sliding catch from Lilly Vallimont, who's clipped by Mariah Poehler coming home. Vallimont kept her foot on the base, and Poehler ran right into it. Put her into the splits, yeah.
Hey, I mean, that's good. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to run into the catcher. I mean, when I played catcher, I got ran into several times, and my only job is, A, I need to tag the base, B, I need to hold on to the ball. I don't need to keep my foot on the base. I just need to make sure I tag it before she does. But it's that glove on the ball. You need to make sure you don't let go of it.
Well, a good play by Fantucci. Throw could use some improvement, but a good play will keep the game alive for the Wolverines. Still 9-3, 1 out in the game. First pitch on Ashlyn Campbell is a strike. And we now move to 0-1. Second pitch is grounded to the first baseman, who will come home, have no play. Runner at home is safe. Fielder's choice. Fantastic swinging bunt by Ashley Campbell. Boilermakers now hanging 10 on the scoreboard. Is that play by Maddie Ramey, the defensive placement for Erin Hoehn, is not quick enough.
I mean, she got to the ball, and I she made a good decision to go home. It was just Haley Ferguson also went to the ball, and then when decided not to picking up, she kind of just stood there and was in the way of the throw.
Yeah, that's a tough play. It's a tweener, but
the tweener, I used to practice those.
PFPs.
I mean, we're practicing tweeners today. I'm like, no, gonna be running.
Delaney Reef steps in. Count quickly to 2-0. 2 balls on the outside corner. Ferguson now pitching with 1 out. Bases still loaded. 10-3 the score. That one's a ball inside. Count quickly moves to 3-0. Ferguson trying to stay in the zone. Keep fighting. 3-0 is flied out to center field. Conway fighting the sun. Will get under it. Collect the second out of the inning, but the run will score from third. All runners will advance. All runners tag up as Haley Painter comes in and delivers the 11th run of the game for Purdue. An RBI sacrifice fly for Delaney Reef. The catcher will bring the difference to 8. And squarely puts this game in run rule territory. Once again, all runners advance. Runners on second and third. 2 outs for Maura Condon. Right fielder 0-3 so far today. Ferguson delivers a ball. First pitch. 1-0 the count. 1-0 is grounded to third baseman Maddie Erickson, who will deliver the throw across to Maddie Ramey for the 3rd out of the inning. Well, 2 more runs hung up on the board. Another crooked number for Purdue makes this game 11-3 and puts us in run rule territory. Michigan will have to deliver at least 2 runs to keep this game going, or is it 3?
Yeah, they're up by 8, so they're going to have to deliver 3.
Tall task for the Wolverine lineup that has not produced much so far today.
2.
3 innings in the last inning. Facing back off against Perez again.
I honestly think part of me thinks that were holding Perez's arm for tomorrow, but need someone to close out this game, so brought her in to do just that.
Honestly, they could have kept it with Brie Fontenot.
Yeah, because the Wolverines started hitting when they brought Perez in. And they're going to see what she looks like if they decide to bring her in tomorrow. Yeah, Brooke Perez, another one of those transfers. She was from UC Riverside. Her freshman, sophomore, and junior year, decided to spend her senior year here with Purdue.
Decided to spend her senior year in a parka. A bit of a temperature shift between those 2 schools.
Yeah.
Brie Fontenot, not Brie Fontenot. Perez delivers a first pitch ball to Avery Fantucci. Defensive replacement for the Wolverines at shortstop. Still a solid hitter, hitting .253 so far this season. 1 home run, 5 doubles. 1-0 is a called strike. Rise ball that slips into the zone for the 1-1. Fantucci sees the 1-1. That's another rise ball up for ball 2. Michigan again has to score 3 to stay alive and keep this game going. 2-1. Is a ball up. 3-0. You know, if you're a coach, you're talking to your players. In situations like this, you have to go one pitch at a time. I remember being told to take like a 1-3-1. You're taking first pitch no matter what. You're taking 3-1. You're trying to force the pitcher to make mistakes, like Perez will do here as she walks the leadoff hitter. Avery Fantucci walks on 4 pitches to lead off the inning.
Yeah, personally, if the first pitch was right down the middle, I'm swinging. I'm swinging because I don't think I'm getting anything like that after that.
Yeah. 8 runs is tough for any offense to mount, but Michigan will try here. With a runner on first, Avery Fantucci will reach. Maddie Ramey, the defensive replacement for Erin Hoehn at first base, will now hit. No. Seems like Jenissa Lacqua has re-entered the game. Yes, Jenissa Lacqua will re-enter the game for Ramey. Interesting aspect of softball is any starter who is removed can be re-entered once. And
well, I believe Maddie Ramey was replacing Erin Hoehn, who was at first, who was batting fourth in the lineup, but then Jenissa Lacqua was the designated player.
So they burned the DP and brought her back in?
Basically.
Yeah. Lacqua's first pitch is a called strike.
Again, right down the middle.
Middle. You know, pitching with a lead is something that gets talked about a lot, where you're challenging hitters. Your first pitch is going to be right on the middle, challenging them to hit because, you know, Hall of Fame hitters get themselves out 70% of the time. So you're challenging that hitter, trying to make as few mistakes, trying to walk as few hitters as possible. But Perez will miss the 0-1, moving the count to 1-1 so far today. Lacqua from Fort Mill, South Carolina. Veteran presence here in the lineup. In the bottom, she'll line this one through the 5-6 hole all the way to Polar in left field, who will cleanly get the ball back in. But Jenissa Lacqua will keep the inning going for the Wolverines with a single. Now runners on first and second for Indiana Langford, the leadoff hitter. No outs so far this inning, as Langford tries to do what she did last inning, contributing to the 3 runs the Wolverines scored. Infield creeps in on Langford. She'll square but pull back for the 1-0.
Yeah, tried to drag bunt there, kind of pull it in last minute, catch them off guard a little bit.
Interesting play when both the first and third baseman are brought in. Corner's tight. She'll square again but pull back. This one, however, is called for strike 1. 1-1, the count.
Yeah, I think the infield normally crouches in on Indiana Langford just because she is, when she does slap their smaller hits, she focuses on her speed to get to first.
Another called strike on the outside corner brings the count to 1-2. Indiana Langford tries to keep the at-bat alive here as Perez delivers the 1-2 pitch. Ball just outside, same spot. Maybe a bit of a different frame. Tight on the corner. But a ball. 2-2. Langford 2 for 3 today. Trying to repeat the single from last inning as she'll take a pitch low. Count now full. Great at bat by Indiana Langford to bring the count full, fighting, filling up the pitch count. The 3-2 is low and away as Langford walks. Bases loaded now for the Wolverines again. Jenissa Conway steps up to the plate with the bases loaded and no outs, trying to keep this game alive for the Wolverines. Number 13 in the maize and blue.
This is huge for Jenissa Conway. She is like a clutch hitter. When she normally is in positions like this is when she does her best.
First pitch, changeup, will fall right into the zone for a strike.
I don't think she wanted that one.
No, I mean, listen, if you can turn that pitch, you'll send it flying. But first pitch, most people aren't looking for the changeup. Second pitch of the at-bat is another called strike on the outside corner. That one, the rise ball that just slips in high and away.
I do think she wanted that one.
I do think she wanted that one as well. Conway now 0-2 the count. Center fielder facing Perez. She'll roll over to the second baseman, but that ball is bobbled by second baseman Avery Moore. Bases still loaded, no outs, and Michigan will scratch their fourth run of the game as Avery Fantucci comes home. Now 11-4 the score.
And that's going to be the first error for the Boilermakers on somebody I would have never guessed to do errors, Anna Moore.
Yeah, Anna Moore, bit disrupted by Indiana Langford coming across, running from first to second.
And now you have one of the best bats for Michigan up to base, up to the plate. She's got 12 home runs on the season, 43 RBIs, 12 doubles, bats a .440 and is 2 for 3 today. This is not at all the situation you want to be in if you're the Boilermakers. It is just prime positioning for a grand slam.
Well, Michigan's offense hit the snooze button on the first few alarms they set, but they're certainly clicking now. Bases loaded, no outs. For Lauren Putz, 2 for 3 so far today, 2 singles, but 2 hard hit singles at that. Putz for the 0-0. She'll take a ball outside. Perez, as Purdue will send some more arms to the bullpen. Relievers all the way out down that left field line as Perez starts to face some trouble. The 1-0 is a called strike. Another get-me-over changeup that Michigan just has not attacked all day.
I mean, they just don't want to hit that pitch, but I'm looking at that and I'm like, I'm slamming that out into the outfield.
It's a big speed difference between that fastball and that changeup. The 1-1 is lined on the third base line, but it into right field for a base hit will score 1. I thought that went off Conway's foot initially, but just a weird bounce will result in another run scored for the Wolverines. A hard hit single down the right field line.
I mean, I always say base hits can get you there. If you're just getting like singles that are just very routine singles, nobody can really do anything about them, that can win you a game.
Lauren Putz, another RBI. Now the score is 11-5. Run rule back in contention. Erin Hoehn will watch a first pitch changeup. Another get me over. Perez trying to keep this Michigan offense at bay. No outs yet in the inning. Meat of the order. Hoehn will hit by pitch. Erin Hoehn will wear one off the elbow. Purdue is heated. This Purdue coach is heated. She thinks that Erin Hoehn leaned into the pitch or it would have been a strike, something between the two, but Erin Hoehn did not move at all. She just let it rip, let it eat. Now 11-6 the score. Umpires will take a look at it.
I mean, this is the very definition
play under review.
Very definition of the game's not over.
I'm very interested to see this review because from the box it looked like she was made of marble. She just stood there. But my sister's also plays softball, and you know, her stance is right up on that line. Often when she does get hit, you know, that pitch may have been on the white, and that's something you can't do. If the pitch would have been a strike, the umpire can decide you leaned into it. Or
I mean, true. If you're in the box, though, I mean, it's fair game.
If it stands, it seems like Michigan is going to pull Hoehn and get a pinch runner in there, trying to make hay when the sun is shining as Michigan, but that all relies on whether or not Hoehn is going to stay on first. This review is taking longer than I would have wished.
Yeah, and if they pinch run Hoehn, it's going to be Lexi Delmonica, who's normally their go-to pinch runner. She's super, super fast.
The Purdue coach came off the bench hot. I was really surprised to see that anger when she's been pretty quiet all game. The call will stand on the field. Erin Hoehn delivering a clutch hit by pitch. She will wear one off the elbow. And as you said, partner, Lexi Delmonica coming in as a pinch runner. That go-to speed off the bench. Base is still juiced for the Wolverines. And we'll see another pitching change as Perez's day is done. We'll now see number 33 come in for Purdue. That's Julia Gossett, a pitcher first base combo junior from Massillon, Ohio. She is normally a starter. For these Boilermakers, someone who you will normally see starting these weekend games. A lot of production for her so far this season. She'll come into this game, now try to keep the Wolverines out of the win column as they're now pushing this deficit tighter and tighter.
She is their version of Erin Hoehn, that two-way player who's has got a great bat as well. Again, I'm thinking that they didn't really want to use her today.
Yeah, no matter how this game ends up the final score, you have to be happy with these Michigan bats forcing Purdue through their bullpen. You know, you try to get through the game with Fontenot, can't get it done with Perez. Now you have to burn your starter for tomorrow. Ever Stevenson will take a first pitch ball on the inside. Once again, no outs, bases loaded, 11-6 ball game. 5-run deficit for the Wolverines. Stevenson will take a ball low again. 2-0 the count. As we get closer and closer, these hitters' counts become more and more important. 2-0 favoring that hitter. Alice Stevenson 1 for 3 so far today with a single in her last at-bat in the fifth. This one's fouled straight up, coming down the line, but that'll go into the dugout, coming over that fence, out of the arms of first baseman Douglas. Michigan will have new life for Stevenson. 2-1 the count. Here's the pitch. This one's lined down the left field line, but that'll also go foul. A change up that Stevenson turned on, got the bat head out, but just too early as that one goes down the left field line. Good job by Gossett to get back into this count. Started 2-0, quickly got the advantage back. Evened up the count at 2-2. She'll deliver. This one's fouled back again, right back behind home plate. Little souvenir for people who paid the most for the good seats. Stevenson, the left fielder, will try to deliver and atone for the sins that she has had so far this game with the arrow on the left. The 2-2. She'll ground this one to home. Gossett will turn, go for first, and they'll turn a double play. Gossett with a great play gets the ball home to her catcher, Reef, who will throw right down the line to get Stevenson at first. That was a bang, bang play at first base, though. Stevenson, sure she's safe. Bonnie Thole will check the review team, but will not challenge. 2 outs, no runs, 11-6 still. Another runner on third for the Wolverines.
Yeah, I think she was out all day. I mean, we've got a really good, clear view of first base here up in the press box, and it was clear. Great double play.
First pitch swinging is Lilly Vallimont, who will pop it out to the third baseman, ranging down in foul territory. So, 3 runs come across in the bottom of the 6th for the Wolverines, which will keep them out of mercy rule territory, but it is not enough.
So the game's going to extend.
Game's going to extend.
To the full 7 innings.
We'll get what we're promised here at Hutchins Stadium. All 7 innings guaranteed.
The Wolverines are not going down without a fight.
So a bit of a interesting defensive lineup for the Wolverines. We've got Stevenson in left field. We'll go 1 through 9 for you. Haley Ferguson on the mound for the Wolverines. Or not. I think we're going to see Erin Hoehn come in for the Wolverines to close out this 7th inning. Interesting decision, down 5. Michigan thinking, hey, we got a shot at it. Let's put the ace out there. Erin Hoehn will come in to pitch. Vallimont still behind the plate, but Janelle Alakwa will play first. Indiana Langford at second. Avery Fantucci at
the defense will stay the same. Erin Hoehn is just going to come into the circle. It'll be Maddie Ramey at first.
Actually, it's neither. It's Sienna Snyder, number 12, defensive replacement. Erickson at third. Outfield remains Stevenson, Conway, and Putz. So once again, Maddie Ramey out. Sydney Snyder in at first base. Erin Hoehn pitching.
So they just took Maddie Ramey out and put Sienna Snyder at first. And Erin Hoehn in the circle, which she had a stunning game yesterday in the circle. Probably a little tired, but the Wolverines really need to get a 3-up, 3-down situation here.
And, we're probably seeing both of the starters for tomorrow pitching right now in Gossett and Hoehn. So, interesting matchup to go take off that day of rest. Say, hey, no, we need you. Get in the circle. Starting off this inning for the Boilermakers.
I mean, they still have other pitchers. But, I don't think she's pitched very much this season. She used to come in as a reliever type of role last season.
Starting off this inning, Kylie Franks, the third baseman, 2 for 3 so far today. She'll take ball 1. Down low. Franks, a 190 season-long hitter. Hitting above her pay grade so far. Purdue will try to turn to her for a bit more production. Some more insurance as Hoehn fires in a strike for strike 1. 1-1 now the count. Franks will step back in to face Hoehn, who will deliver another ball on the inside. I thought home plate umpire Trina Comerford was going to call that one, but certainly not the case.
I mean, Lilly Vallimont did a really good job framing that.
Great frame piece. She will call that one, though. 2-2 again the count. Pushed even on a steaming fastball. Erin Hoehn. She'll wind up. That ball is lying down the third base line. Almost took out her head coach. I'm sure she'll hear about that one later. Third base coach doing some matrix moves to get out of the way of that Kylie Franks liner. We'll stay 2-2. Delivered a line drive into left field. That'll reach the gap. Jenissa Conway reaching over, sneaks under her glove. Stevenson will deliver that ball into second, but it's not enough as Franks will slide into second for her first double of the day, third hit. Fantastic piece of hitting, a low line drive that sneaks into the gap.
And then Jenissa Conway tried to pick it up with her glove and just missed it completely, and her speed kept taking her forward, and the ball stayed where it was. Good thing, though, that she had Ella Stevenson out there backing her up, so Ella Stevenson was able to pick up that ball and throw it in. But not before Franks, yeah, oh my goodness, because it's Banks up to bat, and Franks just finished.
And they both have first names that start with K.
I was like, what is going on here? But not before Franks was able to get an extra base on that.
Yeah.
I was like, Franks, K Banks. Okay.
So just the batter you do not want to see if you're Erin Hoehn. Steps up now, Chloe Banks. 1 for 4 so far today. She'll square to bunt. Pull back, though. Defense runner replacement for the Boilermakers. Pinch runner is
Armstrong.
Ainsley Armstrong. Center, catcher, infielder, sophomore from Alabama. Mariah Poehler waiting on deck, but Chloe Banks will take ball 1. Now the count is 1-1. Hoehn delivers. This one is laid down, but she came off Chloe Banks in the box. Bonnie Thole is definitely going to take a walk and ask Trina Comerford to take a look at that. That ball was bunted into fair territory, it seemed. Bounce off Chloe Banks. Anytime the ball hits a runner in play, it should be an out. But, of course, the conversation is, was she still in the box when it hit her?
I don't think so. I think this might be a challenge where the Wolverines are right, because she goes for the bunt.
I don't know. It's tight.
And
might have hit her foot again.
Toe. Yeah, it touched her toe.
So it hit her once when she was still in the box, and then potentially hit her again when she was outside of the box. That ball, she must have had a magnet on that ball. Good gracious. Quick review. Well, if you're hearing that, you're hearing Purdue's coach just tearing the umpires a new one all the way up in the press box. We can hear it. I don't know what she's angry at. I mean, it's a challenge.
I mean, all she was saying is they can't do that, but I think they can.
Well, Bonnie Thole already used a challenge earlier on that interference call. Am I correct? So is this her second challenge? Does she have a second challenge?
Oh, that's right. Because she challenged
So
twice
I don't think
already,
I don't
right?
think this is a Michigan challenge. I think Bonnie Thole comes out, gets the umpires to review it like
By
autonomously, but
themselves.
that is the Purdue coach's retort. Like, you can't do that.
Because she has already used.
She's already used the challenge,
her
but it's not a
challenge.
Michigan challenge. It's a review. It's umpires reviewing it, which, I mean, admittedly should be looked at. Like, this is a play that definitely should be looked
Yes.
at. It was a missed call
But
on the field,
You definitely cannot
but
kind of challenge, but not challenge.
yeah, definitely a wink and a nudge challenge so far. Again, another long review. So obviously the thing we're looking at here, can Michigan challenge? And after the sixth inning, umpires have the ability to initiate a challenge by themselves. And that's the situation we're at right now. This was a challenge instigated by the umpires. They'll have a chance to take a look at things on the video monitor. They're coming back right now. So, interesting call here because they're saying it hit the batter in the box. So it's a foul ball here. So no out. Still no outs in the.
Yeah, that would make sense. If it hits the batter in the box, it's a dead ball.
It's a dead ball, yeah, like you were saying. So we have a 1-2 count. So basically get told do-over. 1-2 count, another foul ball. This one a lot more obvious is pulled down the line from the left-hand side. So Chloe Banks, foul ball bunt for strike two. Now another foul ball. Bring the count to 1-2. Hoehn will deliver. This one's popped up. Fantucci ranging over, but Langford will catch it for the first out of the inning. Langford, solid defensive glove, will hover right underneath that, put that ball away. Now Mariah Poehler, 2 for 4 today, 600 average, will step into the box. 2 singles so far. First pitch will foul right down into that Purdue dugout. Wake up the people standing on the baseline. That's for certain. Poehler, look at strike two. This one's popped to Fantucci, who has no play, absolutely no play. Ground ball. Batted little Baltimore chop. Hit really early, popped way up in the air. Fantucci's just going to have to settle under it. Eats that throw. First and third now for the Boilermakers.
I think she probably could have tried to throw her out at first. I think she was too focused on the runner at second, getting the third, but it wasn't a force out. So at that point, you might as well try for the force out.
Anna Moore steps in. She'll foul one off her foot. 3 for 3 so far today. Definitely the best hitter in the lineup for the Boilermakers. As good as Poehler's been, she's hit the ball hard so far.
She is also the only error for the Boilermakers on the board.
The 0-1. Poehler takes off. She'll steal second uncontested. Vallimont did not throw the ball. We have a 1-1 count. 1-1 count is a ball high and away. Second and third. 2-1 count, 1 out for the Wolverines. Still an 11-6 ball game in the top of the 7th. Erin Hoehn enters the game for the Wolverines. 13 pitches so far. She'll deliver the 2-1. Another ball close on the outside corner but does not catch. Second and third. So you do have a spot to put her if you walk Ann Arbor. But obviously the last thing you want to do is walk the bases loaded. And she won't. The 3-1 is a swung through fastball. Ann Arbor pushes the count full. 3-2 will pay off. 3-2 the count. 1 out. And it's strike 3 swinging. Ann Arbor goes down on a rise ball that just gets right above her hands. 2 outs in the inning.
Erin Hoehn's the one.
As Erin Hoehn has been the one pitcher able to take on these Purdue bats. Haley Painter coming in. Wonder if she's related to Matt Painter. She'll line a ball into left field, and 2 runs will score for the Boilermakers. The throw to the plate is not in time. Haley Painter is able to reach second on a line drive to left field. 13-6 now the score. Haley Painter coming in clutch. First baseman delivers for her 3rd hit of the game. Goodness gracious.
High-scoring game here.
We got a football score today.
It is a football score.
13-6, a lot of field goals, but this ball's flied out to left field. Stevenson will huddle under it as Douglas flies out for the 3rd out of the inning. So, we'll enter the bottom of the 7th with a 7-run deficit. Michigan down 13-6 to the Purdue Boilermakers. 15 hits for Purdue. Anytime you get that number of hits, it's going to be a hard deficit to overcome. But Michigan with a chance. 3 outs left to play here in Ann Arbor. Give you as much of a recap as we can. Game started slow. For both offenses, Purdue was able to put up 3 in the first 4. Michigan went scoreless. But the 5th inning, both offenses found their power stroke. Purdue put up 6 runs, helped a bit by 3 Michigan errors, but still 6 runs. Michigan put up 3 in response to stay alive. 2 runs in the top of the 6th for Purdue. 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th for Michigan. Again, kept the game alive. Seems like, Purdue's trying to swing from the top rope, but every time they try, Michigan gets right back up off the mat. But we're in the final round here, the bottom of the 7th inning. Michigan needs 6 to tie and push to an 8th. 7 to win. 3 outs to do it. They'll turn to the bottom of the order, and Maddie Erickson, 3rd baseman here today. He was 1 for 2 so far with a walk. They'll turn to her to get things started. Once again, Gossett on the mound, one of their normal weekend starters, who will deliver strike 1. Looking to Erickson. Gossett will deliver the 1-0. This one's fouled right back. Catcher ranging under it, and she'll catch it. Delaney Reef will put away the 1st out of the inning, the all-important 1st out.
She didn't even take off her helmet. That's one of the first things I do as a catcher, no matter what's happening. Helmet is just sliding right off my head.
That thing's getting tossed.
So I don't even know how she was able to see that ball. Still had her helmet on.
They just don't have much time, but
It became such like like as I'm getting up, it just was one and done. Took me how many times I did it took me 0.2 seconds to take my helmet off my head. But I also wore kind of an oversized helmet, so it slipped off really easily.
Shortstop today, Avery Fantucci will step in. No, we have a pinch hitter, Lilly Palco.
Oh.
Number 32. A freshman, another young bat for the Wolverines, 5'5", from Transfer, Pennsylvania.
What a nerve-wracking situation to be in.
This is not how I would want to get some of my first at-bats in college. But
No.
hey, you take them as you get them.
Yeah, I guess so.
First pitch called strike.
Show what you're made of.
0-1 the count. Fastball in on the hands for a ball. Good take by Palco. Just trying to stay alive here. Came from a small school, but was an absolute stud in high school. Obviously, you have to be to get here to this level. Lilly Palco will take the 1-1. She'll check her swing. Did not go. Held back for a ball. 2-1 is the count.
Yeah, correct call there. She held it right at her shoulders, so she definitely didn't go.
Here's the 2-1. Called strike, lone away. Gossett painting corners.
Yeah, that grazed the bottom of the strike zone. That was a beautiful pitch. Just slid right in there at the knees.
Palco will foul this next one back. Push the count. Keep the count even at 2-2. Good at bat, good piece of hitting to foul that rise ball off.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's a great way to foul it off, because a rise ball is one of the hardest pitches to hit. It just comes right up on you, and you just go right underneath it, but she was able to get a piece of it and put it backwards.
Palco on the 2-2. This is a changeup in the dirt. Palco spits on it wisely. Good eye to stay in the at-bat and push the count to 3-2.
I like that. She spits on it.
Will pay off here. 3-2. And it's a called strike 3. Backwards K for Gossett. Palco down on strikes. Looking.
Yeah, that's not a pitch that when you're down 2 strikes to look at. You either got to foul that off or take a hack at it. That's not one that you want to look. You can't be picky with that type of pitch.
That's a pitch where that's a 50-50 ball. It's the outside on the river. At a time like this, in a game like this, that's going to get called every time. As Janelle Alakwa swinging first pitch, that's fly to left field. Polar will put it away, and we have a final score here in Ann Arbor. 13-6 Purdue. As those Boiler bats chop up the Michigan pitching staff and hang 13 on the Wolverines. Michigan unable to respond in style. Only 6 runs across. 13 runs for the Boilermakers on 15 hits and 4 Michigan errors. And Michigan 6 runs on 9 hits, assisted by 1 error by Purdue. Partner, what do you think of today's action?
I mean, partner. I mean, the series is split now, so it's really a matter of who can. I think it's going to be the arms tomorrow, because we've seen so many pitchers on both sides of the diamond today at the circle. So it's really going to be who can keep up tomorrow. I think defense probably could have won this game for Michigan. Those 4 errors really shot themselves in the foot. And even past that, mistakes that weren't even counted as errors that happened defensively. you could have dry bats and eventually somebody's going to get on base, but a bad defense, you can't win with a bad defense. And so today they really did struggle in that aspect. A lot of potential outs they could have put out, and the Boilermakers just took advantage. They took advantage of every extra base they could get. They were running around. But, I mean, the Wolverines almost came back. We're looking at the scoreboard here, and it's 0-0-0-0-3-3. So they definitely could have come back, but just really couldn't get anything going.
Yeah, those Michigan bats definitely came alive on the back half, but just not enough. I mean, watching this game, watching how dominant Fontenot was, who's Purdue's starter in the circle, you had to think, you know, Michigan's not going to come alive until she leaves the game. And that was the case, right? 0 runs until Fontenot leaves. Perez comes in, and Brooke Perez comes in and just does not deliver at all. Gives up 6 runs. Finally, Michigan forces Purdue into the bullpen again for Gossett. Gossett has to come in and pitch, Julia Gossett, but it's not enough for the Wolverines. Too little, too late. So we leave Alumni Field with a final score, 13-6. That'll be all for us today here at WCBN. Once again, final score of 13-6. Michigan loses to Purdue. Come back tomorrow for coverage of the rubber match against the Boilermakers. As we are now going to sign off once again. Jack Dillon, Sydney Cyprian. We're going to leave you with a Go Blue.